Welcome back to Advance Wars 1. We're moving in on Yellow Comet, which means we are going to meet some new COs. And here's the first one. Like a plague, here comes the Orange Star Army. I've always liked that line for some reason. This guy has a lot of really cool lines. So, in these next couple of missions, if you play them quickly enough, you can unlock some bonus levels. And based on what the comments have been telling me, it looks like we're going to be playing for that. So we've got to select Max for all 3 missions. Probably going to be really boring to just run over everything with Max, but as you'll see, these missions, they're very difficult to complete quickly without Max. So, here we go. We are up against Yellow Comet and the Imperial forces of Commander Kanbei. Kanbei's a pretty interesting guy. I actually have a lot to say about Kanbei because I know what his name in Japan is. In Japan, his name is Kikuchiyo, and for those of you who know your Japanese films, Kikuchiyo and Kanbei are both names that come from a film called The Seven Samurai. And in fact, that's what Kanbei is a complete reference to. But in the American localization, they changed Kikuchiyo to Kanbei, which doesn't really work because Kanbei is the leader of the Seven Samurai in the original film, and Kikuchiyo is kind of a wannabe swordsman, which is more fitting for Advance Wars as Kanbei. But they kept the movie reference, but changed the character name to something that was probably easier to pronounce. So anyways, moving on to Kanbei's abilities in this game, his gimmick is that his units are more expensive, but they are much more powerful. They've got higher attack and defense, one of the rare COs to have a defense boost, which means we're going to overpower him with Max. Boom! Even with a Kanbei boost, even with a forest tile, they still go down in one hit. Very awesome. And of course, as you've probably realized, the map is pre-deployed, so the weakness of Kanbei being his higher unit costs, that doesn't exactly apply here. Alright, so I'm going to set up my indirects like so. It's safe to come out with your medium tanks at first because, like, there's no enemy medium tanks except for these two way in the back. So very easy to attack safely with your medium tanks for a little while, until he comes out and starts firing with his medium tanks. Then you've got to lure them into your indirects. And again, even though Max has weakened indirects, you've still got to use them because there's no reason not to use them, right? Alright, so I think we should... Well, the artillery is actually in a pretty good position. I've mentioned that you will unlock bonus missions if you complete this map very quickly. We need to complete it in 8 days, which is kind of a... You know, it's kind of demanding, but I think we can handle it. All we gotta do is block off these medium tanks from crossing the bridge. Always best to strike first, while the iron is hot. And I'm gonna get hit by the artillery here, but I think that's okay. The medium tank is not going to take a stupid amount of damage. And that tank, though, I think it's going to maybe get hit twice unless I stick something in the way. Let's see. Can this tank attack that forest tile? We gotta take a bit of a risk, I guess. I'm probably going to lose this APC, but by arranging my forces this way, they can each only be attacked once, which is very helpful. Maybe I can draw that tank to attack the infantry or something. It's on a mountain, so it should be safe. Oh yes, and of course, Kanbei has his CO power. This just boosts his attack and defense even higher. It's very generic, to be honest. It doesn't give any movement bonuses like Max's would. But hey, we stayed at 1 health. Well, at least some of us did. The medium tank blew up, which is actually pretty surprising. And now we've got Max's CO power, which, you know, I kind of wish I still had that medium tank so I could use it properly. Well, let's go ahead and fire it. We need a lot of attack power to overcome Kanbei's defenses in this map. Alright, so, go like this, pull that infantry back. Can I, nope, can't destroy it with 1 shot. What do we do here? Let's see, if Max goes over here... And maybe this CO power doesn't actually mean all that much. Because, like, it doesn't seem like I'm doing that much more to him. I definitely gotta pull these two back. They're out of this map for good now. Let's do... Well, I suppose reducing them to 1 health isn't so bad. They're going to retreat back to their cities over here in order to recover, but I don't think that's such a huge problem. Yeah, I've taken way too much damage for the CO power to matter too much. Alright, so this tank is going to go up here and blow that up. And I'll just get rid of the medium tank right away while I got the chance. And I don't know, this artillery will do something. It could probably be bait. Because if anything attacks it, it's going to be in range of the rocket. Yep. Right, so they are retreating like I thought. But we are only up to day 4, so we are actually making very good time. And regardless of how useful that CO power actually was. Something interesting that I happen to know about Advanced Wars 1 Kanbei is that if you've got infantry on cities, like, most infantry from other COs won't attack your infantry on a city because they won't do too much damage and they'll take a lot in return. But Kanbei's another story. He is not afraid to do that. I think I will get rid of the medium tank. It only went down to 1 health. But that's fine. Probably just, what do I do with this? I'll just leave the artillery there. It's not going to do much. Those units in the back aren't going to do much either. Alright, so we've pretty much won at this point. We just have to mop up the rest of the enemy units before they can heal too much. Oh, capturing the city that's in range of my rocket. You had a perfectly good city right next to you there. Kanbei's not the smartest CO, and I guess he meshes well with the Advanced Wars 1 AI in that regard. Right, blow him up, and we've only got a couple of units left, so we should actually have this in 6 turns. And I was just thinking about what this is like on hard mode, but I think on hard mode, it's just like 1 extra tank on Kanbei's side, if I remember right. Because see, the maps in Advanced Wars 1 on hard mode, they're very polarized. Either they become extremely, extremely hard, or they're just like the same but with 1 more tank. So yes, if Kanbei expresses surprise that he's been beaten so quickly, that's a sign that that's not even the maximum speed time. You can actually do that faster? Wow. And Max says, that was much too close, but, like, we know how close it really was. This is Max we're talking about. Alright, so 1 down, 2 to go. In this next map, we have to complete it in 10 turns. It's a little bit harder, too. Oh, hey, another new character. Now, who could this possibly be? We'll find out. Well, all of my tanks got blown up, and I don't have any medium tanks left, etc. You know, if Kanbei's not so smart, how did he become Emperor of Yellow Comet? And he's getting torn apart by his own daughter. That's impressive. Sonja is savage in Advanced Wars 1. Oh, here we go again. Oh, look. Oh, I remember this, actually. We have bases, and it's a river battle, which can mean only one thing. Maybe I should select Andy. Yeah, why not? I don't want to select Max in every map. Let's go with Andy, just this once. 10 turns is the limit for this map. And yes, this time around we've got lots of indirects to deal with. Oh, you actually remember how to use the bases, Andy. Very impressive. Alright. So yes, lots and lots more numbers. It looks like Kanbei wasn't kidding when he said he would have bigger numbers this time, but he's left his rocket in range of my rocket to start the map. Good job, buddy. And where can this thing move? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we want to prevent a first strike here? This infantry is going to take some damage, but I suppose that's okay. He'll take one for the team. The same goes for this tank. We'll leave it there. Definitely want to get some more indirects going. Like, this is one map where I think it's better to go with Andy instead of dealing with the weakened indirects that Max normally sports. Definitely a good decision on my part, I'd say. Although he is going to make it a little bit difficult because if he fires on my indirect on the city, then it's going to spend money like repairing itself, and that's not good. I need that money. I really do. I need that money to pay my bills. Oh gosh, I have been watching that person for far too long. Boy, oh boy. I'm gonna lose this tank, though, because the artillery can fire at it, that tank is going to retreat, and then a medium tank is going to come and slam it to finish it off. So, I need... Oh, boy. I don't think the medium tanks are going to break into my area quite yet, so let's make a new tank. And there's also the CO powers to worry about. Oh, it went for the artillery instead. Okay. Still think I'm gonna lose one, though. Yep, I did. So we're still in good shape. Right, time to get some more money. And I think I want to finish off this artillery. Yeah, I definitely want to do that. I'll leave a 6 HP medium tank. It will probably fire at the tank and do far less damage than the full HP tank would have. And for this, I gotta weaken the artillery, I think. I got lucky. He fired with the very low HP tank, which is not going to do a lot of damage, so that's a good thing. Let's see, just in case, let's make an artillery here and an infantry here. This could be trouble, though. Here comes the morale boost. Yeah, seeing that animation actually reminds me... Oh, that was a lot of damage to the rocket. Seeing that animation actually reminds me... Back in Advance Wars 1, all COs had unique power animations. And they still do in Advance Wars 2. However, the supers all have the same animation, and that's unfortunate. It's like, it was a nice detail for all of the regular powers to have unique animations, but the supers are all the same. That's very unfortunate. Alright, so I will fire at the units that pose the actual threat, the ones with the high health. I'm a little worried that that tank retreated. It's going to make finishing up this map a little bit trickier. And of course, Hyper Repair, also very good in this map, I must say, because it allowed me to heal up all of my units that took a lot of damage the previous turn. What turn are we on? We are on turn 4, and the max is 10. So, we gotta pick up the pace a little, I'd say. So, this group of units is almost done for, I would say. There's not a lot of fight left in them. So, let's make an APC. Probably gonna go for the HQ capture. Right, the rocket's actually almost out of ammo, too. Okay, we really got to push past them now, so let's get rid of you, and this probably won't finish him off, but if it causes him to retreat, then that's fine. If it causes him to move in, they'll focus all their attention on the APC if I put it there, so let's do that. Risky play, but I'll do it. Meanwhile, we just chip away at the enemy forces while restoring our own units. By the way, for technique scores, it does not count against you if you join units, but if you lose a unit, that does count against you. So, joining that infantry so that it constantly gets fired at by the tank, that's a legit strat as well. But now that it's down to 2 health, it's probably going to be much more adverse to firing again. It will probably retreat, and then bigger units can come in and start firing back. Now this is tricky because we now have a tank to deal with here. I don't know if I will be able to get the APC past it. Like, it has to keep sitting there repairing for a couple of more turns. And I don't know if it's going to do that. So I'll just drop there. Like, now's the time to get rid of this medium tank, I would say. Or at least drop it to 2 health. Boy, oh boy. I'm gonna make another APC for backup. Probably a waste of money. But he's got morale boost now. So if the tank does decide to fire, that was probably a good decision. Yep, he got another one. He got another one, too. Oh no, my precious technique score. Whatever will I do? And he's broken into my base, too. But he decided to sit still with his tank, which is good, because now, what turn are we on? We are on turn 7, so turns 8 and 9 will be spent capturing, so this is good stuff. We are pretty much in the clear now. If I move the rocket here, can it fire? No, it's 1 space off. That's fine. Alright, I've got to get past this tank at all costs. Reset my choke point here. Right, so I'm gonna have to use this APC as a distraction to get this tank away from me. Oh hey, hyper repair's ready. Now's the time, I suppose. I mean, like, if all of his tanks stay at the top of the map, then it doesn't matter. But I want this tank to be more survivable. So let's bring out some tanks, and I need to build more infantry to offset the lost technique points. So far this is going okay. Alright, I think we win now, because there's no way for him to stop this infantry from capturing. I think any CO, honestly, could have done that. Like, I didn't need to make it Andy specifically, but, you know. Fire again, that keeps him in repair mode, and we just need to set up for a power turn. Yeah, this is pretty good, I'd say. Just need to finish him off with maximum power. Oh, the tank could fire at that 3 HP tank now, come to think of it. But he decides not to, because Kanbei is just silly. Alright. That does, in fact, finish him off, so I think power is good. Power was probably good for a long, long time, but hey. Better to guarantee it. Can I do 100 damage to that infantry? I hope I can. Nope. I don't think luck will carry me that far. It did not. But hey, the map's over. We win. And that should be within the time limit. Well within the time limit. Yep. It was. This is the quote he says. Well, you didn't lose that many units. I capped your HQ. Now, that was fun. I agree, Andy. Isn't war fun? Blowing up people, killing lots of guys. War is so much fun. Well, at least Andy's enjoying himself. He probably doesn't even realize how crazy this actually is. Yeah, that gets me about Advance Wars. It's like the soldiers aren't even, like, soldiers. It's like they're playing a video game. Then again, this, you know, it is a video game. So there's that. Alright, the third and final map. Those of you who have played hard mode remember this map because it caused you a lot of trauma. Outlasted him. We capped his HQ, Sonja. More savage Sonja. Ah, the infamous moment. So yes, on hard mode, you know, on normal mode, this is just going to be another map, I would say. But on hard, he has, like, such a huge force of bombers that it was the craziest battle in the history of Advance Wars. Well, up until one particular map. Who do we go with now? Like, we've done Andy, we've done Max. Wanna go Sonja? I mean, Sammy? Jeez, Sammy. Alright, let's go with Sammy. Like, That's my punishment for mistaking your name. The Kanbei's error, the map is called. And oh, what an error it is. Oh, more glitches. Isn't that fantastic? It seems to happen whenever the dialogue box is on the top of the... Oh, it's the infamous line. Are you ready for this? What's an airport again? What's an airport? Top commander of Orange Star. And he has to be told what an airport is. But yes, now you know what an airport is. And of course, Kanbei has actually secured a base, but it's completely worthless because the only units able to get off of that base are the infantry, and that's via a T-copter. None of the ground units can get away from there, but do watch out because he has been known to produce missiles, rockets, things that can shoot at you. In fact, he could produce a missile and completely lock down that airport. It's probably within range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so a missile on this forest would completely wreck this airport. So the idea behind this map is that it is not a route, it is not an HQ capture, it is actually a capture battle. We haven't seen one of these yet. There would have been one back in Blue Moon if we had picked Max back in Mission 4. But, yeah, this is a first capture battle for this playthrough. You have to seize a certain number of properties to win. You can see under the word surplus how many properties I need to capture to win. Why does it say surplus? That's such a weird term for it. But no matter. Of course, we have a couple of easy-to-cap properties near the start here, and we have to deal with this bomber early on. So there was a bomber in normal mode as well. So I kind of have to hope that he doesn't decide to, like, attack this infantry with it. But actually, I picked Sammy, so that's totally alright. Oh, the other infamous line. Oh ho ho! Look what I have found! A base for Kanbei's troops! I shall deploy a mountain of troops! Yeah, you'll deploy a mountain of troops alright, and they're all stuck in the same location. So yes, he did in fact go for this infantry, but that's fine because with Sammy at the helm, it doesn't matter. 7 HP infantry can still cap these cities in 2 turns. Now, the tricky part is that we're going to have to deal with Sammy's fighter against Kanbei's fighter. She doesn't do a whole lot of damage with her own fighters, and Kanbei's got increased defense, so that's going to be tricky. Maybe if we're lucky, she will decide to shoot down, or he will decide to shoot down the T-copter, which would put him in range of my missiles. Like, I've got a lot of air units he could decide to shoot at. In fact, let's put the missile... Oh gosh, where do we put it? We could put it here. And go like this. There is a spot the missile could go to be safe. Probably going to need backup units. You tend to lose a lot of units in this map. Alright, it went for the unit that I wanted it to go for, but he did decide to fire at the missile, so the fighter is going to take 2 hits to kill. But so far, this has been going alright. And hey, we even have our CO power ready. Not that double time is the most useful thing in the world, but we should be able to seize that airport now. Right, he only has 7 properties to go. We also have 7 properties to go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to have to take this northern part of the map in order to secure the win. And I don't think infantry are going to do it alone. I kind of wish I had a bomber with me. He's all out of air units, so he should be alright. He can't make any more. Luckily, we'll have that airport very soon, the one in the center. That's a very important part of the map. Come back when you've matured some, say in 10 years. Yeah, sure, 10 years. By then, you'll have probably been conquered by some other country. Of course, I don't think Yellow Comet could be conquered by anybody. Unless Black Hole decided to go crazy. Oh, but oops, I've spoiled the existence of Black Hole. That's not good. They're not supposed to be a thing yet. I don't even think Black Hole is mentioned by name in Advance Wars 1. Like, obviously one of their commanders is in this game, but they don't mention the country by name, I think. Alright, so it's going to be a couple of turns of just building up our forces to take out that northern isle there. He's only got 4 properties to go, which means we should probably, like, stop him really fast, because these 4 cities right here, those are going to be the ones he captures to claim victory. So let's block it off with a fighter. Yes, blocking off a city with an air unit. That makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Alright. Yeah, we just need the Air Force to deal with the units here. How much income do I have? I have 10,000. And it's not going to be enough for a bomber quite yet. But I can start on this tank, maybe. Alright, so as long as my fighter is there, victory is going to be impossible for him. So I'll just work on taking out this tank. I don't even need a bomber for it. I just need a, I just need enough B-copters. This should be alright. In fact, if we move here, now both of my air units are blocking the ground troops from even getting to my infantry. Isn't that fantastic? That's gotta look so stupid. Help! There's a fighter jet above me. I can't move past it. But you're a foot soldier, dude. Alright, so just a little more. Oh, I almost forgot. The time limit we have to deal with this map is 12 turns. We gotta beat this in 12 turns. And it looks like that's going to be very easily accomplished because there's, like, we're on turn 7 and there's only a couple more properties to go. So this should be fine. And, I can trap that T-copter. I mean, that, tank. Yes. Like, it doesn't even matter anyways. I've pretty much won at this point. So yes, on hard mode, there would be a lot more bombers, and there would even be Fog of War, which makes this a very... You know what? You know, actually, I recently got to the final map of Super Famicom Wars for Green Earth. It's very similar to Kanbei Zero on hard, if you've, like, if you play it with capturing enabled. Capture victory, that is. Alright, so we've got a little more money. I'm kind of concerned about the power score at the moment, but we only need 2 more turns to win. And we are on... That's the CO dossier, what am I thinking? We're going to get this done in 10 turns. So, just got to make sure my technique is good to go. Which it should be after all that unit building I did. We can even take out these T-copters for more power if we wish it. The other COs could probably do it in 1 turn, but Sammy cannot. In fact, can we actually trap this T-copter completely? No, not completely. Just barely. Oh, there's a missile there. Wow. I feel dumb. I did not see the missile there, so we're going to lose another unit, but an S rank seems very likely. Yeah, that's a big oops. Alright, so we just need to worry about power now. Yeah, the thing is, in Advance Wars 1, it's not very easy to check how many units you've defeated and lost. Like, it's kind of a convoluted menu that they have set up. Alright, so blow that up. 1 unit. 2 units. And this is number 3. And this is going to be number 4. I think power's good to go. We'll see what it is. And boom! By my sword! What a horribly useless base that was! Yeah, you think maybe it was in a poor location? Like, I would have built missiles or something. Oh, this is the special finish screen for capture battles that they have. Alright, what was the score? Wow, it's a perfect S rank. Well then, I was worried over nothing. So yes, it looks like we're going to the secret Sonja levels. We're gonna face off against Kanbei's daughter next. And it's gonna be painful. I remember these maps. They left a number on me, so we'll see how that goes. Next time on Advance Wars, us versus Sonja. See you for that, everybody.